am Ælfgifu, and my name may have been forgotten by the ages, but once, I was a queen, a woman at the heart of the tumultuous history of the Kingdom of England. My fate became entwined with that of Eadwig, King of the English, at a time when power was as fragile as a thread stretched between alliances and betrayals. It was in 955, the year my husband ascended the throne. Eadwig was young, fiery, and rebellious, vastly different from the austere kings that the Church held as ideals. Our hearts had found one another in a passionate union, a love that many deemed scandalous. I was his cousin, a degree of kinship prohibited by canonical law. But how could love bow to rules imposed by men of the Church? I still remember the day of his coronation. While the lords and abbots gathered to celebrate their new sovereign, Eadwig was nowhere to be found. He had left the great hall to join me, away from hostile gazes. Archbishop Dunstan, furious, caught us in an alcove, me and my mother by his side. This episode fueled rumors and the scorn of those who claimed to defend the kingdom's honor. The clergy, led by Dunstan, became our fiercest enemy. They saw in me a threat, an ambitious and impious woman who had bewitched the king. They fought relentlessly to annul our marriage, citing the illegality of our union. To them, I was the cause of Eadwig's excesses, his decisions deemed imprudent. But I knew their true motivation was to undermine royal authority to strengthen their own power. The years that followed were marked by constant conflict. In 957, the kingdom was divided. Mercia and Northumbria rallied to Edgar, Eadwig's younger brother, under the clergy's influence. My husband ruled only Wessex. This division was a humiliation for us, but Eadwig, proud and determined, refused to yield. Then came the ultimate betrayal. In 958, under the constant pressure of Dunstan and his allies, our marriage was annulled by a council. They claimed this rupture was for the good of the kingdom, but in reality, they sought to erase me from history, to wipe me away as if I had never existed. Grief gripped me, but I knew I could not show my pain. A queen must remain strong, even when stripped of her title. Eadwig was no longer the same after that. He had lost the spark that made him a unique king. In 959, he passed away at just 19 years old. The circumstances of his death remain unclear, but I cannot help but think that the weight of betrayals, struggles, and humiliations broke him. As for me, I disappeared into the shadows, carrying with me the memories of our days of glory and pain. I do not regret the love I bore for Eadwig, for that love was true. But I regret that our lives were crushed by the ambitions and judgments of those around us. Today, I tell my story so that I may be remembered, not as a deposed wife or a forgotten queen, but as a woman who loved and fought in a world that tolerated neither weakness nor dreams. Perhaps one day, history will judge my role in Eadwig's life and in the annals of England differently.